How did you end up getting the job at Apple?
I was very active. I was tweeting a lot about like different things I was working on and blogging quite a bit. And they reached out to me on Twitter and said, "We found your blog. It looks like you like SwiftUI. How about coming and working on it?" I'm like, wow, that would be cool.
Was it like a recruiter or was it the Apple account on
No,
Twitter?
no, it was Matt Ricketson, the guy who works on SwiftUI. Yeah, he was like, "Come and work for our team." Well, if you want to like go through like the interviews and everything. But yeah, if you're interested, we can start the process. I'm like, yes, let's start the process.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. Were you excited?
Yes, I was really excited.
Yeah. Yeah, because as an iOS developer, that's like that's one of the pinnacles. I would say like either working at Apple or like building an app that millions of people use.
Yeah,
That's like one of the, I would say, like top aspirations of most developers.
yes, for sure. And it was a nice, to be on a video call, like for the interview with them, and seeing all of those like familiar faces that I knew from WWDC videos interviewing me.
Oh, really? Were you nervous or?
Yes, of course I was. Yeah.
And after going through that process,
Yeah, it took a while. Yeah, it took a while because like I was working remotely from New Zealand, and the process had to like involve hiring me through a New Zealand subsidiary of Apple, even though like I was my team was mostly in the US. But yeah, in the end, I got the offer. It took maybe like 3 months, the whole process. Yeah, from the interview until I
oh
started.
dang, 3 months?
Yeah,
Oh, that is pretty long.
yeah, and I had to close my company, the one I opened here for like, doing my apps, because Apple doesn't allow to work on your own projects or have any sort of software development company if you work for Apple at the same time. So I had to close everything off and finalize
Oh
everything
wow.
before I could start.
Did you have to stop the blog or just was it just the app
Yeah,
stuff?
I had to stop everything. Yeah, I transferred the app I was working on to my husband so he could continue maintaining it. Just stopped publishing on the blog, removed my name basically from there and everything.
Was working at Apple like secretive? Because from the outside, it seems like it could be very secretive. Like they don't allow a lot of stuff to get out, and you have
That's
to
true, yes.
be.
It was very secretive. I struggled with it a lot because like I used to share in everything I work on, everything I learn. It sort of motivates me. So it was really hard for me not to be able to share anything for at least like a year until it's released. Um, yeah.
And what team did you work on? I think you said
Swift
SwiftUI, right?
Swift UI, yeah. So I'm not sure how it is at the moment, but when I worked there, we had a core Swift UI team, and we were mostly working on iOS and sort of core technology of Swift UI. And then we had a macOS Swift UI team, and a watchOS Swift UI team, and a tvOS Swift UI team. But we all like worked really close together, but had different managers.
So currently, do you like develop and see some of like the features you implemented when you're working with
Yes,
SwiftUI?
yes, yes, I do. It was quite nice last year, and because I worked for most of the cycle, and I just left Apple just like a month before the WWDC, so I knew a lot of features that were coming out. It was like I worked on them, or I was helping with them, so it was really, really exciting to just like wait for a month and see all of my work come out and be able to use it in a real project straight away.
You said you left before WWDC.
Last year, yes, I left last April, so yeah, just
Wait, did you
just a
get
month.
to experience like a WWDC though as an employee or no?
I did, yes. The previous one, 2021. Yeah, yeah, 2021.
How was that? I'm assuming it's a little different because COVID and everything was like remote.
Yeah,
Did
everything was
like it shut
remote.
down or?
Yeah, everything was remote, and like even though I helped prepare the sessions, I couldn't present them because I couldn't travel to the US to record them. Um, but yeah, it was really intense, the preparation for the WWDC and like the sessions and like finalizing the APIs and everything. But it was quite nice to be able to finally share what I was working on as well when time came.
So if you would have been working like from the office, you would have been able to record like a session.
Yeah,
Oh, because compared to like the other companies and other jobs you had, what do you think like the biggest difference was when working at Apple?
I think you get a lot of autonomy. Um, for like what you're working on, basically just given some direction of what like the direction for this particular year, for example, is and what you should focus on. But you decide on your own how it's gonna come to life. You schedule all the meetings you need with other teams on your own. For example, I was working on text in SwiftUI, so I worked really closely with the foundation team because they developed the attributed string in Swift. So I had to manage all of that. I had to like know who I should be talking to make sure my API is correct and integrates well with the other systems, and plan all the work on my own. So plan the API, plan the implementation and everything. So you get there is no like product managers, for example, on the team. So you plan everything on your own. You create your own tasks. You plan your work for the year on your own.
Then they give you a lot of responsibility then
Yes.
and freedom.
Yeah, it was really nice, very difficult and intense, but also like you get a lot of fulfillment once something comes out and you see like lots of developers use it.
What advice would you have for any developers who want to work at Apple?
Be like out there, be noticeable. I think easier probably to get a job there if like Apple employees already know you, so that you don't have to go through recruiters maybe at the initial stage, because I think Apple gets a lot of applications from like really good people, so it might be hard to get past this initial stage of filtering the applications. Also, a lot of people who work at Apple are active on social media. So if they post about the job opening, just don't hesitate to reach out, and don't think that you're not good enough or something. Just reach out, and